It's going to be heard all along that red line. I hope you will remember that. This is a country that has not been able to get a proper security from their own military for 12 years. For 12 years. The reason why I'm actually showing you all of this is this. For you to sit down and ask yourselves, what exactly is Nigeria's interest, okay, in a Niger Republic that starting a war to change their government is the only solution that they can put together within 2 weeks. You will tell me when you phone in, are they afraid that once you have a coup leader in Niger, definitely it's just a matter of time before there will be a coup in Nigeria? Or what exactly is the interest of Nigeria in Niger? Others are saying, apart from other things, they said Kolu needs this distraction. That every day they will be asking you to pray for the Nigerian soldiers who are dying in Niger Republic. But you should be asking yourselves, why are they in Niger Republic? What is the business of Nigeria with Niger Republic that we have to actually settle it with war? I'll leave you to that. Let's go quickly back on to other things that follows, okay? Tinubu today sent out in fact, hang on, before we even do that, let's use this as a little kind of break. It's just the conversation that Nigerians were having at the newsstands in Nigeria when it comes to the 2 months of APC, Egbekegbe Kolu, on their lives and businesses. I'll use this as my own little break, then drink some tea, then we'll continue.
The only youth that is there, they substituted with her dad for her dad, who was supposed to be there, who is age. A criminal from Port Harcourt become a minister in Abuja. Immunity.
Are you referring to
Wicked? I'm referring to Wicked. He become a minister. I never know the post where they want to give Gandola. That collect money live and direct, they collect bribe live and direct. Instead of handing him over to EFCC, they hand him over to government now with what? Immunity.
Nigerians protested yesterday against the anti-people's policy. Do you think that will make any difference?
Who protested?
Nigerian Labour Congress and TUC.
Who is leading them?
Joe Ajero and the other person.
Which kind of motor in the use?
Well, I don't know.
They are not for us!
You mean they are not for the masses?
It's a lie! It's a lie! Yes, okay, let us start let's start a proper accountability for Nigerians. If we really want to grow in this country, let's start accountability. Have you ever put in your money? Have you ever put in your money in your shop not knowing how much you put in the shop? Are you not waiting for returns?
Of course.
What exactly, either you lose or you gain? Are you not going to take it at the end of the year?
Yes.
Sorry, sir. How much does Mr. President spend to become a president? Sir,
billions.
I know. Now you talk about me. I don't know.
Millions of Nigeria. First woman to bribe millions.
Me, I don't know. Now you talk about. But is it for the Christmas? For the Christmas, they collect money before our people enter. Go collect that thing we won't collect. Now we take buy and not be free. They give us. The only you.
I have been told that he is a very popular face at Ogba. If you are a regular person around Ogba area of Lagos, you will know the Alaji is somewhere around Ogba, I've been told, right? And if you want to hear about Nigeria, let me tell you something, especially some of you are like young people, sure you get. If you want to understand a lot about Nigeria, like genuine conversation, go to newsstands every morning. Yeah, just, they will talk about a lot of things. And if you are interested in politics, go there. That's where you have the raw conversation. Even though the same people seems to be kind of powerless, like, they couldn't really change anything. They see themselves as, what can we do? There's nothing we can do. Of course, we know this, but it will give you a better understanding of Nigeria politics so very much. Spend your time with them. Not just on Wizkid versus Davido, Ronaldo versus Messi. Sure you get. Spend your time. Understand the criminals that are running this whole show. And maybe buy some paper. Well, maybe not buy papers if you don't have money. Use that your own data. Read more. Read more. It does help. Seriously. And it's actually going to help you as well to unlearn what you have been told. You have to unlearn a lot of things. A lot of us need to unlearn, to relearn, before we can actually match with today's real challenges. Not using this 17th century mindset to discuss 21st century situation. And we have this all among a lot of people using the 17th century mindset, brains, to discuss the 21st century problems. And they will be telling you that's how it's done. In the time of our forefather, that's how we did. I say, you can't even be like your forefathers who had time to think. They had brains, they were thinking. A lot of you don't have brains to even think anymore. That's why these criminals are able to manipulate you and put all this nonsense in your head. And there you are, energized to argue and fight over nonsense. You know what I mean? Using the mindset of 17th century to discuss the 21st century, problems. Right? But yeah, spend time and read, please. And so that you don't end up twerking. For politicians who don't give a damn about you. There's never a chance that they give a damn about you. And if you know better, you probably won't be twerking like Deji was telling Asari.
I did not go there to take Tom Polo's contract. I have enough. So I'm a Muslim.
Why are you twerking
I'm
so hard,
satisfied.
Sir? Why are you twerking so hard? You are twerking too much. You are twerking too much for Dagaban. You are twerking too much.
You are twerking so much about what?
You are twerking too much.
Twerking so much
Even
about
the Jagaban you are twerking for, even the Jagaban you are twerking for will not respect you like this. He will respect Tom Polo more, who is quiet and silent. You are twerking too much, sir. Because I will be the first person.
Don't bring Tom Polo.
I brought Tom Polo into it because I brought Tom Polo into it. I brought Tom Polo into the argument is because you are doing as if you want to take over Tom Polo's job. That's why I brought Tom Polo into the conversation. And again, Sheung, it is important to say, Sheung, that whether you look to the left or you look to the right, you will see that someone like me, I'll be the first person to shout to high heaven. If it is true that Simfogoda has been threatening Asari's people, I'll be the first person to even lead the protest in this country to condemn him. But there's no evidence to that effect. But there is evidence to the effect that Asari threatened the governor, a sitting governor, and said in his own word, he said if you do anyhow, you will see anyhow. He said it. And he also said that he will create an army more than Boko Haram. And it is because Tinubu has seen him. That's why he's twerking this much. And again, I agree with Asari on the issue of him saying it is the military men that are behind the oil bunker. I agree with him. He's saying the truth. Because there is no way in this, it's not even possible in this world that they'll be doing bunkering in Nigeria and the military are not in the know. Of course, they're in the know. Whenever I see truth, I recognize truth and I acknowledge truth. What Asari has said on that in that regard is the truth. Everybody in the military, we all talk to them. They confirm to us and reconfirm to us that the military, majority of them, they are the ones that are colluding with the oil bunker.
God, why do you brought me to this Nigeria? What is my sin? Kí ni ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ mi tó fi dá mi sí Nàìjíríà yìí? Ìkíní, èkejì, ẹ̀kẹta. Ó yẹ o.
Ó ti dójú ẹsẹ̀. Ó ti dójú ẹsẹ̀. Ó ti dójú ẹsẹ̀. Ó ti dójú ẹsẹ̀.
Ó ti ṣe kíni o, ó ti dojú ẹ̀ ń sẹ̀yìn. Like I said, read more, know these guys, and I bet it, you probably won't be twerking for them. I mean, Asari, Alaji Asari nearly cried. Me, Asari, yes, you are twerking. You wanted to take Tompolo's job. Look at you. You said if anybody's do anyhow, they will see anyhow. You are twerking too much. Deji. God damn it, man. And of course, you need to twerk to get rewarded. You know that. Yesterday, we were talking about Tinubu breaking the record, sending 47 names to be confirmed as ministers in a country that is, oh my dear God, that is going through that is almost bankrupt if it's not already bankrupted. And you are still very much having over-bloated cabinet, Abi. Well, I'm not surprised. Like somebody said, it needs to compensate a lot of people at your own expense. Here you get 47 people. But out of these 47 people, people who worked so much, who threw their own family under the bus for Tinubu, people like for Food Kayode, Femi Foni Kayode, his name was not up. First fraud Otobokeyamo, abi fraudsters Otobokeyamo, his name was not there too. Waiting they sup, waiting they happen. People shower like a lot of people were interested in the list of Tinubu. They were not interested. They knew that it's just going to be the conglomeration of criminals or collection of rogues, past and present, all past and present criminals. Is that not what APC is, by the way? All past criminals, all present criminals. Association of past criminals. Allied present crooks. APC. Ebekebe. So people were just interested in seeing who is going to be who is going to be who. So talking about twerking, after doing all of this during the campaign, it was shocking that where is Otobokeyamo? Ladies and gentlemen, they removed the lady and put Otobo's name. And I guess, you know what? If you are talking about twerking, I don't think there's any senior advocate of a nuisance or senior advocate of nonsense, or as some of you call them, the Sansant or Sandalili. Some of you even call him the EU certified fake news merchant. I am talking about a fraudsters Otobo Keyamo. Shey anybody will be lawyer to work like this for Tinubu in your life? Have you ever seen anyone like this before?
A lie with arithmetic that no Indian can solve it. A lie with arithmetic that no Indian can solve it. A lie with arithmetic that no Indian can solve it. A lie with arithmetic that no Indian can solve it.
What's going on, Christian? What's going on, Christian? Everybody looking proposer. Everybody looking proposer. Yes. Everybody looking proposer. Everybody looking proposer. Yes. Everybody looking proposer. Everybody looking proposer. Yes. Everybody looking proposer.
Fraudsters Otobokeyamo. Like, it came with a reward. It's going to be a minister. Again. Yeah. And the lady, they removed her name. Very sad. Her name is, I'll go check her name again. think her name is Miriam Shetty. Her real name is Miriam Shettima. But because she went to East London, University of East London, Omo London, here you get. You know, when you meet Yetunde in London, Yetunde will turn to Yeti mama. Yeti sexy. When you meet Khadija in London, she will tell you she's Khadija. Yeah, she's Khadija. I don't know if that is even right. Now, if you see Miriam Shettima in London, she will be called Miriam Shetty. Unfortunately, Kolu Jeujue. She was one of the names they put forward as your ministers. Today was supposed to be a confirmation day. I perceive they remove for Otoboke Yamobidiso. Oh, sorry, Khadija is Kadi. Oh, Kadi B. Washiri. You see, I said it's not Khadija, it's Kadi B. Khadija to Kadi B. Shetima to Shetty. You know what I mean? Yeah? She was at the Senate hearing today in Nigeria. Are you with me? And while they were waiting to call her, they told her that, sorry, Cardi B, they don't select another person. Look at this. So you get what I mean? Like, why would you do that to her? Why? Like, they should have said, oh, you know what? Shetty, please, don't go to that National Assembly tomorrow. We'll give you another appointment. But they didn't tell her. Right? And to the rest of us who always know that, well, maybe she's not like us or what have you, but I mean, I always kind of know this. Asari?
How many times would they tell you before you know that Nigeria is not for you? Now they never leave you. They have left you behind. Photo, not be juju be that. Sorry, oh. May God not allow them, make them kill you.
You get it? Okay. If you don't get it, forget about it. You get it? Okay. If you
now leaving Cardi B out of the conversation now, okay? So we now need to go to other things. For example, right? A lot of people believe that Kolu and his American and then French friends, they have sold him the bobo of starting a war so that they can use that to distract you. Hang on. Sorry, guys, sorry. Before I continue, I just kind of looked up right now. We are almost 4,000 of us on YouTube right now. I mean, like 3,800, okay? I know a lot of you are kind of so soaked into this broadcast, all right? But could you do me one favor, right? Like the broadcast. I mean, just go under there and drop your offering. We've only have about 700 people who actually felt like, oh, Mayegu, well done. And they like the broadcast. I'm not saying you should post the emoji of thumb up. Go under the video. Leave the comment section. Improve it. Why can't we have like 2,000, 3,000 of us who have taken their time to just kind of stop by and like the broadcast? Would you do that for me, please? Well, I'm going to continue. Don't worry. I'm not going to keep you like hostage. Okay? But just do that for me. I'm going to see it. The moment the number starts changing, I will know that you have responded, okay? And you can subscribe too to my channel if you haven't already. Now, people believe that Kolu is trying to distract you or distract all of us. And war is not like, let me explain something to all of us here quickly. War is not like when they will say they have sent soldiers to Ogun State. Oh, we are sending soldiers to Imo State to go and look for IPOB or what have you. We are sending soldiers. All those, that kind of intimidation you see in Nigeria. Sure, you get the one that is always giving Nigerian soldiers their title. They will say, this one, colonel, this one, captain, this one, general. I say, which war? How did you become general? They will say, I sat for the exam. I went for the exam to become a colonel. No, that's not how to become a colonel. That's not how to become a general. You need to fight war, real one. Defend Nigeria. Bleed for Nigeria. And you had the chance. You couldn't defend Nigeria. You couldn't get rid of the terrorists. A lot of you turned to politicians. Money, 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 money. So, I don't understand, right? But nevertheless, Shadisha said that Kolu is using that to distract everybody. So, this is war now. Real expedition. Where you are going to be seeing bodies. People will be dying. CNN, BBC, they will be reporting like they are reporting in Ukraine. You know? And they are going to be using propaganda to deceive you. But when you are at war, there may be no election again. The judges and the rest of them, they may not be allowed to give any judgment anymore. Nigeria is at war, a state of war. I don't know if you know that. We've never seen this before, except during the genocidal war, the Biafran war, right? When Nigeria committed the genocide, and those who committed the genocide were rewarded. They became presidents, ministers, rich, wealthy people who shared your entire resources. Sabi? That's the reward. That was war. But you need this one, now inter-countries war. Sure, you know. So it's not like they are declaring to come and send soldiers. They say, soldiers are coming, that you'll be making videos, and you see soldiers going to intimidate civilians. Dress up like they are going to war. Now, Nigerians, they won't go fight, too. They know those Nigerians don't have the same weapon like them. They know those Nigerians, they are mostly harmless. Then they will dress like war. This is how we are soldiers. Now only go, we hear. We know the year come back. Now, do you see this Niger Republic? A lot of you will run away. Yeah, a lot of them will run away because Nigeria simply just doesn't have it. And whoever is pushing Nigeria to this, they said it's to distract you. So if it's full war, you may not have elections again. Yeah, you may not have elections again. And the Supreme Court and the judiciary every year, they may not be. Don't take my word for it too, because even if you tell me, say, Maegu, no, it's not true. They can start another one. You don't witness when Nigeria fight war before. You don't see them before when Nigeria fight another country. So you are saying that I'm wrong. You are right, Abi. Oh yeah, bring your experience. Yeah, bring the evidence. Bring the evidence so that Nigeria fought war with anybody. Nigeria never fight any war with anybody. Sure you get. But you see this one. That Nigeria is leading ECOWAS to go and charge their neighbor to change the government there. And they are mobilizing here and there. Call you the criminal. They can manipulate that. Yeah, they can. Don't say no. Because this is not going to be a 1 week operation, 2 weeks operation. I am just saying. But there are those who completely believe that Emayegun, that's nonsense. It's bullshit. This tribunal will deliver their judgment either at the end of this month or early next month. Because the 180 days given to them by their constitution will actually end sometimes in September, first or second week of September. So whether they like it or not, whether Nigeria is fighting war or Nigeria is not fighting war, whether Kolu is using diversionary tactic or not, there is still the main issue. A former, or I don't know if it's a former drug lord, who forfeited $460,000 to the United States of America DEA for drug trafficking, who also happened to be a Guinean, that we just discovered that he's from Guinea. Somebody who nobody knows his real age, his real date of birth. Nobody have a clue of his educational information. Nothing is real. Even his work background, like, okay, when he worked, he lied about all of these things to the point that even the INEC that rigged for him are completely saying that they didn't know that he was a drug lord during the election, even though they lied. That's not the only problem. They declared him winner of an election that he didn't win. Ladies and gentlemen, when they asked the people who declared him winner to bring the evidence of the result that they declared, we know that they said he scored 8.9. Atiku scored 6.9, Abi, and then Obi scored 6.1. Now, bring all the evidence that show all these scores. Ladies and gentlemen, out of 176,000 polling units in Nigeria, 18,000 of them, the result from 18,000 polling units came out blank, nothing on it at all, like blank. The another 38,000 polling unit result, I'm not saying 38,000 votes, 38,000 polling units where people voted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 units. 38,000 of them, their results are unreadable. You can't even read them at all. INEC printed those results, those empty sheets, and they wrote on them certified, and they gave them to Labour Party and PDP as the result of the election that declared Tinubu winner. How do you do that? Does this even make any sense? These are the real issue that the people are saying. If the judiciary have any one job to do, is to look into their law, look into the evidence, and save all of you from this trauma. Would they? Can they? I don't know, but somebody believe they can. I'll share this with you. A very quick one.
The Presidential Election Petition Tribunal will decide whether it will allow a person with forged certificates and criminal conviction to be the president against the Constitution. If the tribunal fails to disqualify Ahmed Tinubu, despite clear evidence of forgeries and criminal conviction, and disregards the Constitution, it destroys public integrity in Nigeria. The evidence before the tribunal is clear that a U.S. court convicted Bola Tinubu of drug offense and ordered him to forfeit a huge sum as fine. He also presented a fake certificate to INEC. The Constitution disqualifies from public office anyone convicted of a crime or who presents a fake certificate because these crimes undermine public integrity. Since 1999, a speaker, a Senate president, and a minister of finance have been removed from office because they presented fake certificates. None of these had criminal convictions, but presenting fake certificates was enough to remove them from office. Today, our country is overrun by criminality and forgery. The tribunal cannot continue to encourage crime. We cannot be a republic of fraud. Otherwise, we lose credit and reputation and become a criminal state where even judges themselves will be victims. The tribunal must disqualify Tinubu for certificate forgery and criminal conviction. It must heed the advice of the Supreme Court in Saleh versus Abba that the courts must actively fight certificate forgery and should never allow anyone who presented a fake certificate to contest election in any public office.
Jay, help us, help us. There is God, there is God, 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 God. God should descend, today God will descend here. Nigerian women will not cry in vain. Nigerian women will not cry in vain. This thing will end today. My sisters, if your child lost, will you stay and keep quiet? Will you people stay and keep quiet? The president now is calling you, come, I want to help you. You don't want to appear. Will you agree? No. Now the first lady is calling you, come, I want to help you. Come to find your child, your missing child. Will you keep quiet? No. Child, there is God. There is God, oh. The bloods we are sharing, there is God, oh. There is God, oh. There is God, oh. There is God, oh. There is God, oh.
I don't read social media anymore. They abuse the hell out of me. If I read it, I get high blood pressure. I get angry. I don't read it. So, if I want to hear anything, my children or any of my workers will tell me, this one say this one. If I'm tired, I say, please, forget it. I don't read.
Just forget about it. Now, I have been seeing some of the calls coming through. It's like a lot of you can't wait to start pouring out your hearts about this whole thing, Abi. So I'm going to let you have that time. But what we are going to do is that, again, I'm going to remind, like I said, we're almost 4,000 then, right? In fact, we are just almost 4,000 on YouTube. So if you are just joining us or you just came back to join us again, I'm going to be taking calls soon. Take a moment and like the broadcast. Thank you to everybody who responded. We now have over 1,200 of us who have responded. We can do better. I'm going to go make another cup of tea, okay? Now, when I get back, right, we'll start taking calls. Don't go anywhere. I will be back.
70 years old man.
Jesus is Lord.
One second though, my caller. Sorry guys, that audio issue delaying me for a few seconds is still acting up. I'll fix that, I promise you. But I have a caller, and I bet this is Ifeanyi, right?
Of course, that's.
I got you this time. I won't tell you the secret anyway. So how are you doing tonight?
I'm very fine, thank you, Mayegun. Thank you very much.
Beautiful.
How are you doing?
Well, very well too. Thanks for asking. Please.
You have a lot of callers, so I'll be very quick.
Please.
Mayegun, that you are discussing that Nigeria is going to war with Niger State is a cumulative effect of leadership failures over the years. Normally, if Niger states have a problem with Nigeria,
it is actually Niger, Republic of Niger, not just states. Please.
If Republic of Niger have a problem with Nigeria, a state closer to them, the security managing a state closer to them should be able to handle Niger Republic. It is a shame that a whole Nigeria is going to war with a country that, if we are performing very well, they will naturally collapse in Nigeria. We should be dictating what goes on in that country. So that they are overthrowing their presidents, whatever you see going wrong in Niger Republic is because nothing is working in Nigeria. If Nigeria is working, the people in Niger Republic ought to be working in the farms in Nigeria. They ought to be the people we are supposed to be saying we are not going to allow you to enter ECOWAS. We are going to get out of ECOWAS. They are supposed to be begging Nigeria to still be in ECOWAS because they ought to be begging more from Nigeria. So that we are discussing going to war with them. It's a shame. And then you come back locally to our home. And we are not supposed to be discussing war now. It is the last thing we should be discussing as a group of people, where majority of our youths don't know where their next meal is going to come from. If you have a problem with Niger Republic, there are so many ways you can sort out the problem. It shouldn't even make news in the media. Niger Republic is not bigger than Lagos. Financially and everything. In fact, most states in Nigeria are bigger than Niger State. So why are we even discussing this as a topic and they're writing letters to National Assembly? It's just like Haiti. It's just like United States discussing going to war with Haiti. On the national TV, it shouldn't. It's something had it been we have shame. We shouldn't be discussing something like that. What Nigeria should be discussing today is that dollar is going to hit 900 naira very soon, and nobody knows what we are going to do from there. So we shouldn't even be discussing the war. We should be discussing the real things. These things are because Nigeria has gone so low that less than 20 years ago, Olusegun Obasanjo went to Sao Tome and Principe to go and restore a government. And in less than 20 years after, we are discussing going to war with not even the Niger Republic. Mayeguri is almost like we are not processing this information how we should do it. That's just it. And then I'm going to touch on something yesterday.
All right.
Did you remember what you said about the vessel that was arrested and all of that?
Yeah.
The deal gone wrong. When I was talking about it with somebody, I told the person that this is a deal gone wrong. I hope you know it's what happened.
I always believe that. I mean,
yeah, yes. The nephew officers probably didn't settle the Tompolo boys. You know, Tompolo is naturally a criminal. If you tell a criminal to guide, and no criminal leaves what he can steal. If no criminal will leave what he can steal, if they brought Tompolo into the deal, nobody would have seen any ship leaving the Nigeria water. The only problem is that something might have gone wrong and they didn't settle. So that's why we are listening to it all over the news and making a big deal out of it. And the woman they made mess of that I watched a few minutes ago, I don't even know how anybody can begin to explain that. I feel sorry for her.
Process that too. I mean, like you moved all your family members, and you know how they do it in Nigeria now. They've done Thanksgiving, they've promised this and that. I'm just going for my this and wait for confirmation. Then they're like, you know what? You're not even going to walk in. You're not going to enter the building. You have been withdrawn.
No, you know, ministerial interviews in Nigeria is almost a walkover. You must be here and pass. So she might have rented a house in Abuja.
Or they probably are just waiting for her to come and pay for the house. No rent, buy. They already told her that, you know what, this one will fit you if you become a minister. We'll sell you this one, 400 million naira, man. I said, okay, we'll keep it for me. When I finish my screening, we'll discuss more. It's not going to happen. At least maybe not.
So I normally don't listen to ministerial. It's been long I listen to Nigerian politicians. Apart from these people, be waves and everything. something we are talking about Erufai and all the shamelessness that happened in National Assembly called the interviews. And you people were making jokes. And I was like, were you people expecting something else? Do you remember the incident of Tanko Mohammed? Tanko Mohammed, the Sharia Chief Justice, we elected the last time. Did you remember that name?
Elected. He was appointed by Bokwari at the time. Yeah, Tanko technicality. I do.
He went to court. He went to that same interview, and they asked him to define technicalities in law under camera in front of the National Assembly. He said that technicality in law is the inability of judges, such as himself, to drive an aeroplane. Was he not made the? Was he not made
even use the word to drive? It's like asking the justice to drive aeroplane. That's what they asked him to do. How could somebody drive aeroplane? Tanko Shomadi. You're fine.
The man said he's a lawyer. The man said he's a lawyer. How can somebody now come and ask him about an aeroplane? Did they not clear him? They cleared him and he passed. So why are we standing like somebody didn't speak good English and the person didn't pass? If the Chief Justice of the Federation doesn't know what technicalities in law means, why are we pretending like we wanted good people to be there and to do anything? So, let's all that call, please. Thank you.
Thank you. Let me take another one, as usual, right? So, I have another call, I believe. Hello there. Hello.
Hello, Maego. Hello, Maego.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. My name is Aka Babike, and I'm calling you from Belgium.
Aka from Belgium. How are you, sir?
Aka Babike. I am a first-time caller anyway.
Oh, you are. Beautiful. Thanks for calling me, please.
Yeah, but I've been watching you over the years, and so I just like the topic of today was so much, I was so much into it that I want to bring my own angle to it. I don't know how you'll see it. So.
Absolutely welcome. Please, go on.
Yeah, I'll just a pointer. I want to, I'll start by asking a few questions. One, which is, it's possible you can remember who is the current president of Egypt today. I think there's Al-Fatah al-Sisi. You know that, right?
Yes.
And you will remember that by the time the Arab Spring was on, when they removed the former president,
Hosni.
He took over, and then the U.S. and whoever, the puppet masters, as we call them now, made him to conduct an election in Egypt, which Muslim Brotherhood won through Al-Sisi, right? Mm-hmm. And you remember that on the 3rd of July, 2013, that same Al-Sisi came back and overthrew the same government. America said nothing. Britain said nothing. All of them said nothing. It was
the Muslim Brotherhood of all of their crimes, and it was like, were they not the same people endorsed by the same America just a few years ago? I follow you, please.
So the question now is, why are they raising eyebrow or whatever, the dust or what is happening in Niger? Is it not the same queue that brought the current president there now? Because after that queue, he conducted an election, he won. So is it not the same queue that brought Al-Sisi to power, that brought this young man to power? That is, if it's possible, you can help us to amplify this particular point. That is number one for me. The number two is, I am an Igbo man, we, the Biafrans, and you guys, the Oduduans, if you people will believe in what I will say now, we should even praise Tinubu to go to this war.
Exactly.
Let Tinubu go to this war, because me and you know that the Northerners will fight Tinubu at the end of this whole thing. So as they are fighting him, Oduduwa will be singing and going, and Biafra will be singing and going.
It's going to be a win-win for everybody. I said it before. Remember when I first spoke about this, right? I said, I pray that nobody will stop them from going. They need to.
Let them go to this war. I like this war to happen. Because there was one man at, I think, Arise TV or some one television I was in on YouTube said, if Nigeria sends 2,000 soldiers to this, and in this 2,000, if 1,000 are not enough, just know that 500 will fight against Nigeria. Niger, Buhari, as you know, this Buhari has not said anything. You don't even know whether Buhari was supporting Niger and that's Nigeria, which he did sometime when they had an election in the So he did it before. So you don't even know whether Buhari will be against Tinubu in this war that is coming. So we want Tinubu to go to this war. I mean it. I like him to go to the war. Lagos is far from the war. I'm from Enugu. Enugu is far from the war. I'm sorry that the Northerners will feel the impact, but if this is what will divide Nigeria, let Tinubu go to the war.
I kind of like that because you know why? It seems that it's somebody who doesn't even think. Some people said that doesn't even have any sense per se. Everything they've said about him. Have you ever seen where Tinubu was giving lecture before? Have you ever seen anything like that before?
No,
he doesn't have brain to really think.
He has nothing. He has nothing.
Are praise singers who tell him who he is not.
Yeah.
So yeah, I support that. It should go.
It should go to the war. But at the end of the day, not be surprised. Afrock will be threatened not from Niger, but from within. So that's the point. So
thank you very much. You have raised a very vital point tonight, and I bet you and others we're going to pick it up from where you stopped. I have kind of touched all these areas myself. Like, what is the attitude of the Northerners themselves, especially the Sharia North, towards this? Are they taking it taking it cool? Like, indeed, Nigeria should launch, bombing of a Niger Republic to remove this coupists. Is that actually what it is? What about the Northerners who are in Nigerian army, who are mostly also too from Niger? Right, with their connection and all that, did they actually think this through? Hello there.
Am I good, Baba?
Hey, Agbalagba. How you doing, Baba?
I'm fine, huh? I'm Abiola. I'm calling from Manchester.
Abiola from Manchester. Baba, you are live. Please.
I think this is my second time of calling you.
Sounds so good.
Thank you for what good job you are doing. Like I told you, it's my brother liked you so much. I don't know why. That is where he gets his information from. Now, it was Buhari that we were told that has ear problem. Later on, Ashake said they have cut his own ear away. And for me, I know they have removed Tinubu's ear. He will not hear. And in the process of him not hearing, I want to quickly ask you two questions.
Yes, sir.
In the last 2 months or 3 months after Tinubu won the election, where was he taking his realization and medical from?
France.
In the who is Niger fighting?
France.
Now, Tinubu want to, I don't know the benefit he's getting from France. I don't know what France is giving Tinubu. I don't know the resources France want to give Tinubu that they cannot give Tinubu to repair Nigeria. But he should carry whatever they want to do and go and fight Niger. And I continue to ask myself, what is our problem with Niger? The same group of people we are talking about, there are people happy, and you want to go into a suffering nation to go and fight against the people. The people said what the military did, they love it. Today they were singing against you. You are fighting the president-elect in my country, and somebody I don't on this. And like I was saying, I am an APC person. But when we are saying this guy is not the best option for the country, people started labeling us. And today, like I said, that they have taken away his ear. When he coming, he has like put about 3 or 4 policy that he has reversed. He has reversed student loan. He has reversed 8,000 whatever. And I don't pray like the other person was saying that he should go to the war, because the problem we are having, like I told you the other time, I am from Abeokuta. I know the level of the infiltration of these northerners in Abeokuta city alone. because of the Boko Haram problem in the north. So if the war erupts,
add it to it.
is bringing a lot of problem to the south. So the south itself is not going to be in peace.
We not remain the same.
Because to some of us, we still have family in Nigeria, we have a lot of them. We have a lot of friends.
You know,
because, and I know. Don't forget that even Niger itself, when they said the Fulani and something is fighting, they will say they are not Niger. They said they are from Niger.
Yes.
They will tell us they are from Chad. So telling us that the insecurity in Niger, Chad are at high level, even more than Nigeria. But they know how they cope their own. Don't forget, I think it was their former president, who were fighting these terrorists. I don't know if it is Chad.
He chased them to Sokoto.
Yeah.
And then Nigeria reacted that they expected Nigeria to close them, and they can close them together and finish them off. Nigeria had to warn them that they have encroached into Nigeria. They should move back.
Yeah, and Nigeria did not play their part.
Nigeria didn't do anything.
Yeah, Nigeria didn't play their part. So the madness that we are experiencing with the Boko Haram is also more in that part of the country.
It is.
And so if that war begin, if that battle begin, those guys are coming to Nigeria. And some of them will eventually find themselves in the south. And so what we are talking about
is they will want to do something to hurt us. And if they attack Lagos, attack Abuja, Nigerians will feel it. And it is war. You're already bombing their own city anyway. You're already shooting them there. So it's going to be tit for tat. People are not thinking.
The madness we are going to see in Lagos. Do you know what I've seen that have not even brought Lagos to fire? Is because there is no landmass where people can do evil and run into the bush. If there are a lot of bushes in Lagos, Lagos will have been a child play because of all this admiral we have. But the only problem that is like a solution to Lagos State is because a lot of places you cannot see big forests that people can hide, to run into, to hide. If we have something like that in Lagos State, forget Lagos State. Lagos State will have gone all this while because of all these admiral things that we have.
Thank you so much. Let me take another.
I thank you for your good job.
Thank you.
The God continue to be with you.
And you too.
Thank you. Good night.
Safe. Okay, yeah, I like that. That's somebody who will tell you that I'm APC, but you know what, man, this is. I mean, it's not the best they have, of course, but it's the loaded and then the dawn that they couldn't do away with. But I have another caller. Hello there.
Hi, Maiden. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm very well. Very quick one, please. I'm going to be very fast. I just want to make some very, very, very important salient points. First of all, that first caller, whatever he calls his name, he should refrain from that mindset. He's just being disrespectful to the state of Niger. He doesn't even understand what's going on. He should go and read up so that he will have a very clear, I don't want to be disrespectful to him either, so that he will have a good understanding of what is going on. Now, to my first point, do people realize that we're dealing with neo-colonialism here? Here's a country, most of these francophone, they do not have their central bank like you pointed out the other day. Most of the revenue that they get from Niger and all these things, France takes it. And when Niger or any of these similar francophone countries request for it and all that, they will give them back as a loan. It's just like me coming to your house, Maibu, and say, Maibu, please give me £100, and then you come to my house and say, please give me £100, and when I come for it, you give it back to me as a loan.
Instead of your money to somebody, yeah. Or maybe we should put it this way, right? I am somebody who you give your money to, right? And like, you have let's say you have £1,000 with me, and then you call me. You say, I need 500 for my money. Then I'm giving it to you as a loan, even with like conditions. You're right.
We condition. And number two, for every 3 light bulbs or even 4 light bulbs being lit right now in France is powered by the resource from Niger. So what are we talking about here? Somebody will come and tell me that Niger people should be working on that. But what does it mean? He should just, I don't want to use that word. Okay. Yeah, no. They should, please, we should just, we should go and re-educate ourselves and understand who we are before we start, then we understand where we're going. Because if you don't know who you are, you cannot understand where you're going. And number two, being the chairman of ECOWAS, yeah, he doesn't even understand that these people have been using us. Tinubu, if anything, he should be protecting the interests of Africans rather than, well, even if he wanted to wade into the issues in Niger, being a big brother and an elder statesman that he claims to be and all that, you shouldn't even be talking about war. You have Wala in your hands in your country. Niger has a wall and all that, and we've had good relationship with Niger for years. In all my adult years, I've never known us to have any wala with Niger people. People studied there, people go there. Like you said, some people have families across Niger and all that. Some people, their grandmothers, their